Hello everyone, welcome back. Alright, I'm cutting in here. Sorry if I'm not cutting in as often, but it's a lot of work, you know. Anyways, this is what I got done for the trailer so far. Uh, so it's all coming together. This is what I've been working on mainly is this here, the corners, which I bolted in because I want to, just really needs to be more stable. And I evened this up here up on top. As you can tell on the weld on this side, it's welded right on the top right there. You can see that a little bit better. Here it's a little short. You can see a little gap right in there, if you can see that. So just welded on this side and also on the back, if you can see that. There you go. You can see the weld. So I welded on the back just to give it a little more security, but I wanted to make it somewhat, you know, somewhat flush, you know, with this as much as I could, just to make it look a little nicer. Anyways, so I did these are a little bit larger. I believe these are 3/8 bolt, hex bolts and nut, and I welded the nut on the outside just like I did with the 1/4 inch to hold the plywood. I made this a little bit bigger because this is going to be supporting the sides here, and then this also goes through, and so it's basically going through this steel and that steel, being supported here, also same thing for the other side as well. This is the only bolt that's actually going through the frame. There's a hole right here, so I put that on, and of course I did this the other way because I can get it to the bolt to the underside. So this is what it's looking like so far, and it's coming along really good. Like I said, it's probably an extra, you know, even if I added 600 pounds to this, I still got 1,000 pounds capacity, which is enough. It's enough. It's better than the foldable capacity, the foldable trailer. I don't plan on folding this, but I do plan on taking this apart. So that's why it's all being bolted together versus being welded. I'm welding the walls right here, of course, so I can remove this. You can remove the plywood all from the inside. Well, most of it on the, yeah, you can move the plywood all from the inside. So, because I welded the nut to the angle iron, and so I just come in here and I just unscrew those, and it's ready to go. So same concept with this. It's just going to be bolted and then bolted. What I did here is on this side, this is my side that I did after I did this side, and what you want to avoid here is making the holes too close together like I did here. I have to hand do this, and I can't use a washer, which it's alright because it's really for the support of the corner here on the outside, but that's what you want to avoid. So when I saw that, I was like, well, maybe I should drill it a little bit further apart, and it should come out like this, so you can get to it. I have to, of course, screw and unscrew this one first so I can get to this one. But on top, it doesn't matter, but eventually when I plan on putting my plywood, it's going to make a difference here. So there you go. This is, I try to make the corner fit to the point where the two plywoods meet up as much as it can, and it works. So overall, with the air ratchet, I can, for the most part, simply unscrew and screw the corners here. So the only thing left for me to do is the back gate, and as far as the back gate goes, I have some ideas on how to do that. It's going to be a while, but I'm almost wrapped up. I mean, it's really looking good. Of course, there's my generator here and my welder back here. I just carried it out this time. So I'll be putting in more of the quarter inch bolts around here on the bottom, more on the bottom than anything else. I'm I'm probably not going to do anything here on the sides because it's just butted up against the corner of this right here, so I don't think there's no need to do that. It should be pretty darn stable as is. And I'm not worried about the tops really flopping or not. I'm more worried about the bottoms. So anyways, it is heavier, I'll tell you that much, because rolling it by hand now, it takes quite more effort. So anyways, it looks good, and the nice thing is now when I drive I can actually see it behind me, so I know where the trailer is. I can actually back it up into my garage. When it doesn't have the top, it's just flat right here. You can't even see this, and backing up is not impossible, but you're doing it blind. Where now I can actually, because of how tall it is, I can actually see the top portion. I can get a better idea of where the trailer is when I back it up in the garage. So when I move this, I mostly move this with my truck now. Sometimes by hand, but it's way better with truck when it's on the hitch. Anyways, that's the update here, and hopefully next time you'll see me, it will have a gate in the back, and I will be ready to go on this, man. Whew. This is quite exhausting. If I wanted just the bottom part, I'd be done, but adding the walls, a little bit of work, but it's worth it. I got what I want. It's removable. You get custom. To get someone to do that for you like this, they would charge you a lot, quite a bit. So anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll cut in when the gate's up. Thanks, bye. Alright everyone, welcome back. Here's the situation on the trailer. I'm working on the back part here, and I think I got an idea of how to do it. It's not going to be that great. I should have planned it out a little bit better, but that's alright. It's not bad for my first time, and if I want to, I could do it again if I want to. It's all removable, interchangeable. Well, not interchangeable, but changeable. Anyways, I'm cutting a piece of pipe here, and I've lined this up so I can weld it pretty much right here like that. So 1, 2, 3. So 2 of these are going to be welded to this. One of this is actually going to be welded to that, and that's going to be my hinge in the back. Here's my rod. I want it to be very thick and strong, and that's pretty much how it's going to be hinged. And so you'll see what I'm doing with the back here and how I'm going to be able to lock it. I'm going to have it, let's see if I have a piece here, an extra piece I can play with. So it's going to, the top portion, I'm trying to have it where it extends out all the way over to here, and then I can drill and put something in here to lock the gate. So that's that concept. You'll see when I'm done with it, but here's what it looks like so far. And of course I'm using 4-inch. Okay, so I'm using the stop here to make 4 inches. So I want them to be about 4 inches, just to make sure that they're really on there strong. Gonna put, basically it's gonna be like kind of like this over here. Same thing on this side, and here's the rest of the trailer. Here's the corners, bolted up, as you can see. I haven't welded them on yet, but I will weld the nuts. And I got one more. There's a little hole in the frame of this right here. I haven't drilled that yet because I'm gonna go weld this, then pull it out, and then easier to put this back on, and then bolt this similar to what I did on the other side here, kind of like, like this, what you see here, welded, and there's that hole right there which I'm gonna bolt. So Let me see here. Let's see what it looks like so far. So that's what it's looking like right now. And so it's looking beefier. It's looking really good. On the back side here, I'm going to put the full plywood piece. I think it's just better that way. So it looks, the back side looks kind of full. So we'll see how it goes. I didn't use my cutoff saw. I just want to be more exact. That's why I got the bandsaw out. Of course, using something like this, it's a little bit more manageable than that. That's kind of long, so I have to use a cutoff on that. But that's what it looks like so far, and man, it's looking good. It's coming together really well. So I'm just gonna, cut in and cut out here, and we'll see how things go. Hello everyone, welcome back. This is what I've gotten done so far here. I'll try to get it in a way that you can all see it there. So pretty much I clamped it right where I want it to be, folded up, and then basically this is welded to this. This is welded or just spot welded to this, and this is welded to that. All spot welded. I'm gonna weld it fully when I take it off, but so far I put the bar in through here on this side, and it goes all the way through without a problem. And since this is removable, I'm gonna go ahead and just weld the bar at the end here, and down over here, and then this is the part that's gonna be moving for the most part. So hopefully that'll work. We'll see what happens. I still have this other side to do. I still got another pipe to cut, which is cutting right now. It's 4 inches long. Oh, there it goes. Oh, there we go. 4 inches long, and I think it's 3/4 inside dimension, because it's a 3/4 rod. There's the rod right here on the grass, right here, and that's the size they had in there. So I just bought the piece already pre-cut. I think it's about 4 foot, maybe 5 foot. I'm not sure. But there we go. Now all 3 pieces are here, so I'll do the same down on this side. Except maybe I'll scoot in a little bit more, because when I did it over there, I had a real hard time getting to the end part right here. So I'm going to scoot it in a little more so I can have something better to weld on. If you're wondering how I got it to clamp, basically this is what I did right here, and I'll show you on the top, because it's going to be the same thing on the bottom. Just just clamp it. There we go. Just clamp it. There we go. And what I did is, well, it would be the other way around, but instead of maybe have to put it on a little tighter. Let me see here. Just a little tighter. Same thing on the bottom would be for the top part, but clamp it. There we go. And then push it. I would just kind of just lift it just to make sure it's butt up against it. Lift it, and then do a little spot weld on the side or down here at the very inside the piece, just to hold it in place. And then what I'm going to do is unclamp it, take it out, put a nice bead of weld right here. Just put a bead of weld wherever they need to go. Of course, your ground will be touching that, and then hopefully it'll be ready to go. So that's the update here. Hopefully by then I'll have the hinge down here and there, and at least on this portion I'll be able to see if it works before I fully weld it. I'll hinge it, and if it works, then I'll go ahead and do the perimeter here, there, going around and going down, and then put the plywood on the inside. Hopefully that'll work. Ideally I want to make it a ramp, but I'm not sure if I have enough angle iron to put another one here right in the middle to do that, but maybe I'll just buy one short four foot piece if they have one out there, just like that rod and the pipe they had right here. If they do, I'll go ahead and just do it, but maybe not. It's not really meant to ramp, drive something on there or walk on. It's just to hold stuff in here, and I figured hinging it on the bottom would be a better support than hinging it on the side, because this is just bolted in. It's possible it could be hinged, but then again, I can hinge it on the side. I just have to get more material, but right now I'm just gonna hinge it on the bottom right here, and that's gonna have to do. So slowly but surely it's coming together. That's how it looks. Alright, I'm gonna cut out and cut in and see what happens. Well, welcome back everyone. Alright, I spot welded the tube and the rods. I put the rod in the whole thing here. Let me show you what it looks like. There it is. And so there you go. The tubes, the rod. I put the rod in the whole thing just to see what it would look like. Who knows? I might even leave it if that's just make it a little bit more beefier. It'd be heavier, but because of this flange, it only goes down this far. But that's all right. That should be enough for it. I don't really anticipate going down this far anyway. So that's how it looks. I'll got to take it off and just weld it a lot better, but that's more or less what it's going to be like. It's going to be just that part moves, that part, these two are on here, and this part moves. It doesn't move around that much, as you can see here. That's perfect. I just need to cut this piece off, which I already have a mark here to indicate where it needs to be cut. So I'm good over there, and voila, there you go. My gate is here. I like it. I might just go ahead and just leave this whole thing in, pound it in just a little bit more, but I'm sure I'll maybe even put a cotter pin in, maybe. I don't know if I can drill through all this, but we'll find out. Maybe I can. Who knows? So far, yeah, it's looking really good. I'm liking it very much. It's coming along really good. So let me cut out and then start cutting back in as well. Thanks. Bye. Hello everyone, welcome back, and here we are, almost done. So I got these welded here. So I got those welded on each side, and then again bolted on the bottom here. Don't have to worry about welding it because I can get behind here. Here's what it looks like so far. The way I cut it here so it fits flush. Need to just cut a little bit under here because this radius inside here. So make it clean. Gonna weld this right here, and then weld it to here, which is gonna go over like this. You'll see. Now what I'm gonna do is just, for the most part, I'm just gonna go ahead and just drill. There we go. Just drill a hole here to keep it closed. There we go. So just drill a hole here. Put some kind of pin. Not sure how. I'll figure something out. And then the plywood would just go right in. Well, if you don't see it, this is the inside frame. So let's see if you can. There we go. See that? So that's the inside frame. I'll have the plywood along here on the edge. all up down here. This back plywood I'm making actually all the way up to where it should be, so it's going to go all the way up here. And this is the concept here. There's the hinge flattened out a little bit so it can close all the way up. There we go. I'm lowering it right now, so pretty much this is the concept right here. There you go. That's the concept. And here's the back part right here. I just leave the whole rod in and welded both top and the bottom of here. If you can see that, you probably can't. But welded both top and bottom of the where the hinges are. So I'm pretty sure this isn't going anywhere, and kind of just flatten this out because as it was folding up, it was touching and wouldn't close all the way. So just grind that out a little, and now it's closing. So all we got to do is weld and cut, and you know, like I said, this isn't necessarily a ramp, so that, you know, I know this is kind of sticking out. It's more of just to hold things in, and I think putting the hinge here instead of the sides is a better option here. So let's see what it looks like when I close it back up. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. And yeah, that looks good too. That looks great, actually. So next time you see me, I'm gonna cut out and I'll cut in with some plywood in the back, and it should be ready to go. So, all right, pretty much done. All right, everyone, here it is, done. Oh man. So there it is. This is what's holding it up for the most part. I'll take it off here real quick. I'll get some kind of D-ring, something. This is just what I have right now. So let's put this right up here. Let's put the other one right here. I have another one right here on this side. Again, this is just temporary. I gotta put something in it, like a D pin, something. But this ain't it. Don't worry. I still got to weld all the nuts here, but let's just see how it goes. I have a good feeling about this. Oh yeah. All right. So here's the gate, all done. It's very simple. Hinges on the bottom here, with the rod, basically a round bar. I just left the whole thing there. I know it's going to be heavy, but at least I know it'll be stable. And I rounded these so when they go on the floor, it's not such an edge to it. And there's a little gap here for my finger to go in, so it's not that bad. There you go. It's not. I guess it's for my weight. In the middle, it's kind of wobbly. I might have to put another bar in the middle here, or somewhere in the middle. But there's the hinges here, and that's what's supporting it. This is the inside. Looks really good. Looks really solid. I know I added a lot of weight on this, but this is what it looks from the back here, looking out. So I added the little bolts here towards the end, closer to this side here, just because when you get to the edge, I'm sure I had some room, but when you get to the edge here, it's just easier to work with than, you know, being like right here at the edge. So give myself some room. Anyway, the plywood doesn't really support anything, just keeps stuff in. So far, I gotta put some more on the bottom here. So, but I wanna give it a ride. Let's see how it goes. I did want to put one more screw right here. I left the mark at the bottom. I might do that real quick. I don't think this needs one, just the way it's set up. I might put one, left a little mark, so I might put one here and here, because the edges kind of tend to fray a little. So, didn't put a dot, but I'll put one here. Let me see, did I want to put one here? No, not really, not now. They're butted at the corner, so this side here doesn't move. So I may not put in, maybe not, I'm not sure. We'll see how it goes. But for the most part, it's done. Just have to make some minor things, do some minor things here, but oh man, it's work in progress. Finally done with the ramp. Kind of ramp. I think I have to reinforce it. I might just go ahead and take my flat bars and weld them together to make an angle iron and just reinforce it that way. So just something, leftover pieces. Oh, okay. Alright, well, I'm going to take it off on its voyage here, ride around, test it. But so far, it looks good, so let's put the bolts back in here. I'm going to put some kind of D-ring in here eventually, but that's alright. It's overdone. There we go. Let's do the same on the other side here. Well, this side's a little bit looser, but pretty much it's tight fit. There we go. See, it's a pretty tight fit on both sides as far as I'm concerned. This one's just a little tighter for some reason, but that's fine. I'd rather have it that way than being too loose. Just to make sure it doesn't fall when I drive around. Don't worry, I'll put D-rings in it. I know I keep saying that, but I'll update you on all this. So hope you enjoyed this very very long episode here of episode series on the trailer. I could do some other things with it too. I'll keep you all posted. But so far, that's it. Anyone has any questions, or feel free to comment, like, dislike, even do a video response. Of course, feel free to go on my Google Drive. Just go look under descriptions and click on show more. It should pop up. Just follow the link. So anyways, stay tuned for the next episode. Thanks. Bye.